It's like John already.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure maybe fire truck you got the, like,
Go out to the shop.
huh?
Go out to the expo.
No, but I was, eyeballing it over.
Seeing Dave.
The guys, they took it out.
I like the paint job.
I let them take it out to the expo.
Right, right.
I let them take it out to the expo up there.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
No, I just, eyeball it in your, it's a beauty.
Okay, Dave? Okay, I'm just curious, I know it's still sitting there, I thought, but it's right now.
I do, it really stands out. Was that the right here, your face?
Wait,
That's black and red.
Yeah, but it's just a little different. Really next to
But you
that.
know what? They wanna do all these guys. Some of them.
but you can't keep on, people knowing that base,
Some of the stuff.
you go wait the price.
We can go out there.
Yeah, that's all, he bought it, he didn't get it all, he paid for it.
Yeah, right. Leave them something to do.
Yeah, 45 black. Yeah. What do they think?
They want to.
Okay.
But.
Yeah, it's practice.
So like that in the front too?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, this really like, it really stands out.
Like. Processing. That's a sign. These are gonna.
Presuming you were.
You see it, makes me do really nice. That's very nice. Very, very nice. My wife's going every day it comes in. It's gonna take every day. This will work. This is right, right. Well, yeah, and other stuff on her back, you know, so. They grow. It does work. Put a little power on it. There you go. That, because every year, if you're doing next month, so I'm gonna say, right. It's just. I've never seen it. Navigation circle. Yeah. And shit that they want to do. You've ever held that navigation circle. Years ago, it was cool. That's where.
That's it. That's all we can do. So
Then I got some of that stuff, I didn't put it down, I haven't here. Right.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. All that shit's got to be done. You might say it's not, but. Yeah. Yeah.
And they're sick.
Yeah. Kill six and you. Yeah. Just don't lay in the grass. That's all. Hello. Just saying. I did. Okay. One thing that I kind of flagged. We have been making. I gotta get my people. Me too. Me too. Yeah. Once we retire.
No, you watch the guys. How are you? Good to see you. Robert?
Always a pleasure.
Anytime, thank you.
I got a hit meeting.
Is it cool in here? Oh, finally turned on the air?
Yeah.
Better late than never. Good, good. Obvious. Got a question for you. At the end of the day, I, played with a claim for my daughter's. Fraser sent me an email. My personal thought, obviously, it's on, sent to public works, so it shows it's connected to Wi-Fi. I couldn't send that. Is that because that has anything to do with? The minute it's like, yeah, my birthday, the minute I pulled away from, works, all I was saying. Because I thought, it's not like it's, well, maybe it's, I don't know, I just wondered if that person did that. Because I use my personal iPad. I tried to set it up. Weird thing. But again, as soon as I headed up to the dollar store, bing, bing, bing. I looked at the notifications and forward to my phone. That just doesn't make sense to me. But I thought I'd ask you that.
Wi-Fi over there. See what's going on. Exactly. All right.
We can't do it. The unique thing I I did the exact same thing last week. I said, oh, yeah, I can. It just, I kind of learned, but I'm gonna come in, but I'm going there.
You'll be at the next event.
Okay, as long as.
But the good thing is that. That's why.
Hi, Alderman Evans. Hi, Alderman Evans.
Hey, how you doing? It's Rob, you okay?
Well, you went like me. We did that on Saturday.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian.
Get that camera.
Here you. I think that's the
All right, I'd like to open up our city council meeting for Monday, May 18th, 2026. I ask that we please stand for the pledge of allegiance and remain standing for the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you please prepare yourselves as you see fit for our invocation? Most Heavenly Father, we come to you this day to say thank you, O Father God. We thank you for all the many blessings that you give us. Thank you, O Father God, for just allowing us to each and every breath that you allow us to take, O Father God. We know that it comes, each and everything comes through you and you alone, O Father God, and we thank you for that. Lord, we thank you for allowing us to have another city council meeting. And we ask that you continue to do things decent and in order. We thank those that have come out to be a part of this meeting just to show their support. And is there is any issues that we can address those properly, oh Father God. Lord, we ask that we continue to move forward in this meeting to move the city of North Chicago forward. This we pray in your darling son, Jesus' name and for his sake. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Right. Roll call.
Alderman Jackson,
Present.
Alderman Coleman, Alderman Evans.
Here.
Alderman Allen.
Here.
Alderman Ray.
Here.
Alderman Murphy. Present. Alderman Brooks.
Right, motion carried on that. All right, omnibus vote agenda.
Mayor Rockingham,
Alderman Allen,
can I get a motion to approve omnibus vote agenda 5-1 through 5-9 is presented? Second.
so move Alderman Allen, second by Alderman Evans, that the omnibus vote agenda be passed as presented. Are there questions on the omnibus vote agenda?
Yes,
Alderman Coleman,
I'm sorry, I'm getting myself together here. All right, can I move 4-4 to the regular agenda?
4-.
5-4 to the regular agenda.
So move. I'll change that.
Okay,
Second.
yeah, we just,
Put it into,
yeah,
okay, regular agenda.
okay. Anything else? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Jackson. Alderman Coleman.
Aye.
Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Ray.
Aye.
Alderman Murphy.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Motion carried. Public comment?
Levon Abington.
I passed out some papers. You missed it. I ran out. So, I just wanted to show y'all out of Lake County that we are the very bottom as far as property value. So I talked to a lot of, as a real estate agent and investor, I talked to a lot of realtors, title companies, attorneys, secretaries of attorneys. Everybody hate us. They hate doing business here. And
Okay, go ahead.
and they we just got a property the other day. And I thought it was $15,000 to do the sprinkler system, but apparently it's another 22,000 because they would have to run another pipe to the main at 2-inch to get more pressure to come inside the house. So it's 15,000 for the house, 22,000 to run it to the main if it's already a rehab over 50% house. So if you think about the property value that y'all see, and you think of somebody coming to invest here, they're gonna think about that before they say, they're gonna have to add another $30,000+ to their already small budget that they're gonna make, their small profit that they're gonna make because of the property value. So I at least hope y'all look at the fact that the rehab of 50%, because when you do a new construction, you already have to run a new main anyway. So that's something to look at. And it's also another way to look at some other things as far as, the way other cities do things. Like when I buy something in Waukegan, we get a title letter. So if there's any liens or fines or anything on the property, it's paid at title, because people don't have that type of money to just pay it to get the stamps to go close. So my suggestion would be if y'all could get somebody to investigate to see what all these cities are doing and how it's making it easier for people to invest here, and our property value would go from 57 to probably 40. You know what I mean? Whichever it was, we get more investments. Then we get the stores coming here. And we get other businesses that want to come here. As long as we bottom on the totem pole, I don't think we're gonna get the type of investment y'all looking to get. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we will have staff look into that. Thank you.
Brian Oglesby.
Good evening, council people.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm up here for two reasons. One, as a businessman, I'm gonna speak on that later, but as a concerned citizen of North Chicago, So do I have two chances to speak, Mr. Mayor?
You have 3 minutes and now you got 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Man, if I wasn't a gentleman, I'd probably jump over that counter and smack somebody.
You could.
Because I asked you a question, you can take my question and take away my time anyway. You guys, whoever vote for this gerrymandering thing, you open yourself for a class action lawsuit. Explain to me, Mr. Lawyer, why how the city could gerrymander the boundary lines legally. It can't be done. I'm answering for you because I only got 3 minutes. It can't be done. I researched it. You vote for that stuff, you open yourself up for a class action lawsuit. They did that in 1960, Leon, in South Africa. The same thing they're doing now with the federal government gerrymandering. And you're doing that now, even though you moved it around, but it was on the agenda. You're doing that now. The last time these boundary lines were drawn was when, I bet you none of you people could tell me up there, it's supposed to be done. When was it?
2022?
And how long is it supposed to last? Decennial? Tell them what that means, sir. Every 10 years or less the population increase.
Or
So,
decrease. Or decrease.
you gotta have proof, according to the census. According to the census, not what you say, according to the census.
And we have proof.
The census is only done every 10 years, and you know it, Leon. I don't know why you're trying to do something that trying to gerrymander. If somebody doesn't live in a district,
You go ahead, because you got 1 minute left.
if somebody doesn't live in their ward, and if you do redistrict the boundary lines, you open a can of worms, because you're gonna have another election. And whoever vote for that, you're gonna be sued. As simple as that. Now, my other thing as a business person, start the clock now. You asked me to do an estimate on some stuff for the city. And that estimate turned out into a bid. You didn't bid out nothing else. Only time when I put my name on something, all of a sudden it's a bid. Did you bid for the window graphics? Did you put a bid out for the sign? Did you put a bid out for anything else besides what K3O did? So people, you got people up in this, sitting back there, don't know what they're doing. If they gerrymander these boundary lines, the city.
Sir, speak to us, not to the audience.
To you, because you don't understand.
You're
Because
not-
somebody's
you're not
controlling you.
understanding.
Somebody is
Thank you
controlling
very
me. I'm
much.
not gonna sit up and argue with you
Sit down.
and you take my time. You see?
Your time
You're
is,
right. When
your
you're
time
right,
is.
you're right. So let them gerrymander some stuff. That's what they're doing right
Mr.
now.
Oglesby, you can sit down.
If you think I'm lying, look at it. Don't take my word. That's why he wants me to sit down, because I'm telling the truth.
Judy Wentz.
Hi.
Let me get my paperwork.
Oh, sure.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
They get me all upset.
Well, don't let it. I'm gonna be upset next. I'd like to address this thing about sprinklers in Strawberry. I mean, those buildings were built in 1973. Now, there is a law saying that if you put a sprinkler over a furnace, it has to be at least 21 inches clearing from there. Ain't happening in Strawberry. We raise the roofs and open up the floors and everything else because it's impossible. It's in the way those places are as far as warmth goes. It's not warm. And so then we have a problem in the winter when the pipes freeze. Then we have floods. It's just one thing after another. And, you know, we just think it's ridiculous kind of a thing. And we really would appreciate if we could be grandfathered in. As I read the ordinance, it said it was in 2024 that y'all passed the ordinance, and it said for new buildings. It did not say anything. They said older buildings could be grandfathered in. So why can't we be grandfathered in? That's all I want to know.
Thank you very much. We'll look into it.
Dorothy Woods.
Dorothy Woods?
Hi, I'm a daycare owner, and I'm here to complain about your code person. He doesn't know what he's doing. He came to my house. He's going in my shower. He wants to know what rooms I use for daycare. I just use my living room and dining room. He goes in the kitchen. Trying to pull my stove out to see if it's gonna turn over. He wants me to call the electric company to raise a wire that the kids can't even reach. The man doesn't know what he's doing. And I want somebody else to come out and do another inspection, not him.
Well, right now, he is our code enforcement.
I don't care who he is. I don't want him at my house again. And I don't think that I have to pay for a business license before somebody does an inspection, because if I don't pass it, I want my money back.
At this time, he is our building inspector, and if there's any other issues that needs to be addressed, you can come and actually, set up an appointment with myself or my chief of staff, and we will, look into your concern.
Because he doesn't even know, he comes in, why are you in my bathroom? DCFS has come and checked everything. So why are you saying stuff's not working?
If he comes in and does an inspection, he does an inspection on the whole house, not just a portion of it. So I'm sure that if whether it's the bathroom, kitchen,
There's nothing wrong with the bathroom or the kitchen.
but if he does.
Then he came in and he's like, my chandelier in the daycare room, I have 5 light bulbs in there. I don't put 5 in there, I only put 2. He says I have to put 5. I'm saving electricity, I'm not putting 5 in there.
Well, we're not gonna get into an argument here at this time, but again, if you'd like to set up a meeting with myself or my chief of staff, we'd be more than happy to.
And I need to do that.
Come in at any time, see my secretary, and we can set that appointment up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Francis Lindsay.
Hi. Before I get started, I would just like to know who Michael Jackson is. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you. I have it written down, so I'm not going off script. They're working on my issues, but I came here not going to say anything. Just wanted to see how a meeting is run. But I just want to bring to the attention that during a business inspection of my daughter, who runs a daycare at my home at 1531 Victoria, on May the 6th, my daughter and I right now are homeless due to an issue in the home with a beam, along with a list of other violations for the home business. It was a very short notice. Wednesday morning, I woke up. By Wednesday afternoon, we were out of my home with nowhere to go, no one cares. Thank the Lord, he provided my son in Beach Park, where I'm sleeping on the couch as of last night. We have an old home, and after paying twice, an architect and an engineer, and I have multiple engineers on the phone, people come to my home and telling me the structure that they see did not warranty me being out of the house. And as of this point, we are still out.
Is there anyone else?
Commissioner Carmesia Hawthorne.
Good afternoon, Mayor Leon Rockingham and my wonderful aldermans and my beautiful constituents. I'm Commissioner Carmesia Hawthorne with Falls Park, and I bring good tidings. Definitely a wonderful Monday it is on this beautiful hot day. We definitely found ourselves here, so it's definitely, great. I'm definitely grateful for being here. So we want to go ahead and make a couple of announcements this weekend. Our parks officially open, and that means we come out and have good fun at the beautiful parks. So we have a couple of, events that's going on. Let's fly high and have fun and make memories together. It's the Falls Park District Kite Flying Event. This event will take place Saturday, May 30th. It starts at 1 p.m. and to 3 p.m. Free kite kits available while supplies last. So if you have your own kite, you are more than welcome to bring them. But if not, we do have kits that are being ordered while supplies last. Moving on, we have the Falls Park Summer Camp. Yay, June 8th through August 7th. Registration can be Monday through Friday. Please call the district for more information. And finally, it's the Falls Park Juneteenth celebration, which will be Saturday, June 13th at the Falls Park District. Please call the district if you have any information or anything you would like us to know. If you want to be a part, give us a call and we will be celebrating. So hope to see each and every one of you. And I also, like I said, we really had a good time at the ward meeting this time. It was a lot of great information that came forth with the third ward meeting, which is my ward. And thank you guys. You have an awesome evening.
Thank you. Is there anything else? Hearing none, we'll go into our regular agenda. We'll start with 5-4, approval of an ordinance redistricting the wards of the city of North Chicago, Illinois, pursuant to the Illinois Municipal Code.
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Coleman.
I respect the time and the floor, and you being the chair. Would you like to table that?
Not at this time, no.
All right, well, I have a question.
Go ahead, question.
This attorney,
Oh, wait a minute, there need to be a motion in a second, then your question. Is there a motion to redistrict 5-4?
Are we asking to table or are we?
No, pass. We need to have a motion and a second before Alderman Coleman can question.
Okay, so moved.
Second. It's been moved by Alderman Murphy, second by Alderman Brooks, that the 5-4 be passed as presented. Alderman Coleman, your question.
yes, this question is for the attorney, and I'm putting the attorney on notice. And I'm also putting the other aldermen on notice, which is the first legal threshold of responsibility. Meaning you can't say that you didn't know, okay? So as the attorney, as you best told me, everything that you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. I'd like to repeat that to you. So I have a question. Are you sitting here as a city attorney for the city, or are you sitting here as a parliamentarian? Where's your official capacity that you're representing right now?
City attorney.
Okay, so you're a city attorney. I have a question, city attorney. Is this legal? Flat out, that's the first thing. Is this legal?
What is this?
Gerrymandering, 5-4.
That's an accusation. That's not, you're making an accusation that what that ordinance does is quote unquote gerrymander ward boundaries.
Okay, now I have a question. The definition of gerrymandering is to redraw a district to give the advantage to someone. Is that correct?
It can be used for that purpose, sure.
Now with the redistricting of the maps, are you aware if there's any alderman that this would affect? And remind you, you are on a public floor and this information is public, and you have a legal threshold even with IDFPR, under your license as an attorney, to give good, solid legal advice as a sitting attorney. So, as I ask you, as you sit here on the stand, does this affect?
To be
Are
clear, I'm
you
not on
aware?
the stand. I'm sitting here as the city attorney.
Well,
And we're very familiar with the process the city went through to rebalance the wards, which is perfectly legal under federal law and state law. And we used demographic data. There's a quantitative process that the city used to create the new ward boundaries that this ordinance would establish. I understand that there may be elected officials who aren't happy with those changes, but you've been aware of this process because it's been going on for 3 months, at least, maybe even longer. And it is a rebalancing of wards because of some of the unique aspects of the city of North Chicago, most notably that you have a large transient population because of military families. So what has happened is in 22, we did this very same thing with the same consultant who ran the demographic data, who ran the population data, and no one was upset about it. They understood the process. They understood that it was required under the federal constitution and the state constitution. And that's what's happening now. This is an ordinance. You can vote to approve it, or you can vote to not approve it. It's not being forced on you, but it is an effort by the city to properly balance the population of the ward so that there's one person, one vote, which is fundamental to our democracy. So if you don't like what this is doing, you've been aware of this for several months, and you can still vote no.
That's a great speech. That's a great spiel, but I don't think it addresses my question. My question is very specific. Are you aware of any alderman that this would affect with the redistricting? That's the
Sure, all
question.
the
I
aldermen
don't
are gonna
like-
be
let me-
affected to some extent,
Okay,
but that's the answer you're gonna get from me on that.
let me finish my question, okay? If you're up here getting paid by the citizens, at least listen to the voice of the residents, and that's me for the second ward, okay? Please, out of respect, okay? You can get mad all you want, but this isn't a mad situation right here. This is a legal situation, and I'm asking you specific questions. And you relayed back to the 2003 years ago and redistricted. I'm gonna ask you a question. Was there any alderman that at that time would have been affected? And the answer is no. I'll skip it. So this time I'm asking, is there any alderman that you are aware of, have any personal knowledge of, that this would affect that specific alderman?
I think the attorney said that.
I'm asking, I'm
And
speaking,
I'm addressing it as.
but you're out of
chairman,
order.
as-
You're out of
As
order.
chairman, as chairman.
As a parliamentarian, I have a right
Chairman,
to
you have-
ask the city attorney a question without you interfering.
And the
As
attorney.
I have the
addressed
right,
your
and you
question.
being the chair of the city council, which does not allow you to be biased, right? You are the chair, we are the council. So I have to make a vote, and I need to be legally clear with the council. It comes different from the council when we're under investigation because the council is under a fiduciary duty, okay, in which you're not. So if he gives us bad information, there are recourses that we can take to the bar, okay, which we don't have those same recourses. So that's why I'm asking the attorney specifically. We discussed what gerrymandering was, using boundary lines to personally gain, right, an advantage. And it's also misuse of public conduct. And I learned that too, because I got one of those charges. So what I'm asking you, attorney, again, are you aware of any alderman that this may affect?
He answered your question in the fact that he said it affects all.
Mr. I have the right to ask an attorney a question and not the mayor.
He answered your question.
Okay,
Alderman, that's
well,
what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question. Is there any way you can repeat the question, answer for me, please?
He said that.
No,
it
no, no, no,
affects
I'm
all-
asking the
all-
attorney. I'm asking the attorney, okay? You're not the sitting attorney right now. He's also the
But I am
parliamentarian
chair-
of the.
But I am chair
but
of this meeting.
Chair of the meeting does not give you
And it-
sole
and-
absolute power of the meeting, right?
Yes, it does.
No, if I have
It
a,
does.
sir, if I have a question, I'm a voting parliamentarian. I know you don't like it,
You got
but
one vote.
I have
You've
the
got
right.
one vote out of 7.
No, I have a voice for 3,000
You
people.
got
That's
one
the
voice out of
difference.
7.
I have a voice for 3,000 people. That's the difference. So I'm going to ask you again, Mr. Attorney, because Alderman, I have a right if I'm voting legally, and we all have a, you know what? We, as Aldermen, we all have a right to get these questions answered before we vote, period. So if you guys want to sit here and allow the mayor to do this, but we are sitting Aldermen, we will make this decision. You already seen this attorney say, well, you don't have to vote on it. Just don't vote. He's already gonna throw us under the bus. Okay, so let these questions at least get answered if you're gonna vote, right? Let the attorney answer the question. If not, we can table it and take it back to committee. But as aldermen, we have the right to know legalities of our votes, especially if we're being put on notice and I know for a fact that this is under investigation.
This
Now,
is not under investigation,
okay,
first of all.
okay.
This has been
Do I
talked
look like a liar? Do I lie? Do I look like a liar? Okay.
Don't push yourself.
All right, no,
Don't
we
push
all
yourself,
know,
Alderman.
we all know,
Don't
we
push
all know.
yourself.
All right,
But I
I'm
will
not up
say-
here, I'm not up here questioning an attorney because I feel like it. I'm questioning an attorney so that he can give us legal advice. So if it's wrong, we have a recourse of action as the alderman, period. And I don't want to hear it out of your mouth, sir, out of all due respect. I want to hear from our city attorney that we're paying to give us legal advice. We're paying,
He answered your
right?
question.
So,
How many times you gonna
okay,
answer?
let me rephrase the question. Okay. Is there any voter that voted for an alderman, that their alderman that they legally voted for will be removed from office and assigned another alderman? Which I have to go out here and tell people they vote matter. And that's the issue I have. And if I vote for someone and then later we assign someone else to the, and I voted for somebody, that is a violation of my rights. That's a violation. How can I go out here and tell the younger generation that your vote matters when we're sitting up here assigning aldermen? And I got one that's even better. We haven't even done one public hearing. One public hearing. And we're going to get to that in a minute too with the attorney. But are we not required to have a public hearing?
Your process has been a public process to rebalance the awards.
But,
And to get to your other question, because you did throw something in there.
Okay.
Yes, voters who may have voted for you, for instance, may be in a new ward at the next election cycle, but they will still have a vote for city government. They're not losing their vote. You are in office by virtue of votes that have already been cast.
Right. So what I'm saying is you can't remove me if Mr. Kwan votes for me, you can't put Carl in that seat. We don't have the power to do that because he voted for me. And I can't tell people their vote matters if Kwan votes for me and I just step away.
And it may be that that particular voter that you're referencing may be voting in the third ward next election
Correct.
cycle.
But is there a voter that will have to have an alderman for another 3 years? That is true, but we're not having a special election for the alderman that's moving. If the alderman that was moving was coming up on a special election as well, that would make it fair for the people that voted for that alderman, because Mr. Kwan would have another opportunity to vote again. But for us to do it in the middle of an election, and we know the truth, and for you to sit up here and try to make it seem like we don't even do all of this under an omnibus agenda. Now, Alderman, I learned something, what's called negligent. Negligence, right, is if we know something and we don't act on it. We're negligent, right? So if we lose immunity, if we should have known better and we don't act on it, that's what Mr. Oglesby is saying. When we should, as aldermen, know better than to not have a public hearing, to reassign aldermen, to have full knowledge that we're gerrymandering, right? To have full knowledge that we're taking people's elected officials away from them in the middle of an election cycle. The boundaries are not bad, but the election that we should be having, that the people can vote, we're not having. We're running an election right here at City Council without a black box, without not one person casting a vote. We are casting the vote.
Alderman, what
people.
are you talking
We
about?
are casting the vote for people.
There was a vote.
Hey, you want? Do you want me? Hey, you know, I go very
There was
more.
a-
You want me to
there
go
was-
more
there was a
specific?
vote.
I'll tell you. You want me to give you names?
There was a vote back when you were elected and each one of these council members
Not
was
that vote. Not that vote.
elected.
No, the vote that happened over there at the library. The vote that alderman.
When you get done.
That vote.
When you get
Okay.
done speaking,
Yes.
please let me be able to speak back. Continue on and you can speak for the next 2 hours.
Thank you.
And
Thank
then
you.
we can move forward.
All right. So we do not need a public hearing.
It's been a public process.
Okay, so what you're saying is this fits the legal definition, and you would say that this serves as
Very comfortable
a
with the
public
city
hearing.
council voting. If they choose to adopt these new ward boundaries, we're very comfortable with that happening today.
And you're saying that we do not need a special election, right? And you are also aware that there will be citizens, right? You are aware that there's one alderman, right, that this favors.
I am not aware of that. But
Okay,
if you're
well,
telling me that that's the
I
case.
guess
you
I'm
wanna-
just to tell you it's the case.
then
I'm
that's-
just to tell you, I will let you know the entire case. Mr. Mayor, I asked, out of respect, I would motion to table this and discuss it later. I don't want to do it now. Just discuss it later. Give everybody an opportunity to go into it and discuss it later. If we want to discuss it now, I have to put people on notice.
This has been a.
If you make the motion, I'll
You
second it.
cut me off every time I try to speak? Thank you. This has been brought up for the last 2 to 3 months. The process started back when Halsey Village no longer had population in it. There's no one that lives in Halsey Village. And back at that time, when the vote was taken, back when we all were elected, there was houses and people lived there. There are no longer houses there. There's 39 houses in Forestall that no one lives in at this particular time. It causes an unbalance to ward boundaries. There should be a 5% balance between each ward. Each ward should have at least a 0 to 5% balance for each number of residents in each ward. That ward was disproportionate when the Halsey Village closed. We had to come back and so that every person at every ward had a balance. That's one of the reasons that we came and decided to do a redistricting in our wards. So everyone would have around 3,000 voters in it. We were able to redo that. We have been talking about this for the last several months. We brought it to council to have a company come in to help rebalance it. They did the process. They spoke to each and every alderman except for one, because one alderman never responded to their request.
Don't lie on me.
I-
Hey, they didn't talk to me. They didn't talk to me. You only want a process of elimination.
This, every
Don't lie to
alderman-
me. Don't lie,
every
don't lie on my mama say, don't lie on
had
me.
an
Don't lie on
opportunity
me.
to-
Don't lie on
to
me.
speak.
I know, say you
They
skipped
reached
an
out
alderman.
to each and
You
every
skipped
alderman.
Accept an alderman, say that.
They reached out to each and every alderman and tried to get an
Accept,
to speak.
accept for the record, accept who?
I
Me,
am, if you want to call your name out, that's.
me,
on you.
yes, you sound like the state's attorney. You don't know where I'm at? You don't
But
have my
if you're-
number? You
if-
can't call
if-
me?
if-
You don't know
if-
where?
If it's
what's the
been
problem?
asked, if there be any legal challenges that may be addressed from this ward rebounding, we are able to address any type of challenge that may come about because we did it the proper way. And we have attorneys that will be more than happy to address any challenge, because the challenges that we did it the proper way.
Oh,
We
okay.
did it the proper way. Now, if there's people in the audience or council members sitting on this council feel any different, have them go ahead and do it, but it's on their dime. It's on their dime that they were gonna have to do that challenge and address any attorney fees that may come about from it. But we did it the proper way.
Okay.
I feel very comfortable moving forward with the ward boundaries that we have addressed. I think every council member has gone through it. We have brought it to our committees where we have addressed it. And at any time, a resident could have come up here and said, I have a concern about it. And none of it happened until all of a sudden now, when the vote is ready to be taken. I don't feel it needs to be put back in committee because every alderman had an opportunity to address it. And I think there were some concerns. Boundaries was balanced out to address any concerns with any of the aldermen, and we could move forward with the vote.
Okay. That's not, I have a question, City Attorney. My original question is, are you aware of any alderman that currently does not live in the current boundaries? Are you aware of any alderman that does not live in the current boundaries of their ward? Do you have any knowledge of that?
No.
Okay, so, Mr. Brooks, I'm gonna ask you one more time to please table this so I can second it, and the other alderman can.
Could I have a question on the motion? Question on the motion. I think it should just go ahead and be voted up or down.
No.
Question on
I
the
have a
motion.
legal, I got a parliament question. I have a parliament question. No, I have a parliament question which supersedes your roll call. I have a parliament question, right? And I have a parliament question, and we done did this before, right? And I have a right of privilege as a councilman, right? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna respect the councilman, we're gonna respect the mayors. No, there is no question on the floor because it's out of order. Right? It's out of order. I have a parliament question, right? And Lori, you don't have the authority to call a roll call when I have a parliament question, and I'm calling a right of privilege, which means that I feel that I'm not being treated fairly, and the meeting has to stop and address why I, as a sitting alderman, is being treated unfairly. And that supersedes a roll call under Robert Rules of Order. Attorney, please tell the mayor that, because he's not familiar with Robert. Can you please tell him that a roll call is out of order, sir?
You're out
Please.
of order. You're out of order.
The roll call is out of order, sir. I'm calling a parliament question, which I don't have to vote unless my question gets answered. No. Here, okay. Are you putting me on record? Are you putting me on record? Are you putting me on record? Are you putting me on record?
Roll call on the
Lori,
motion.
here's the issue that we have, okay? I'm
Roll call on the
asking a
motion.
question about how it affects the alderman. The meeting isn't, listen, meeting's not going any further, sir. It's not. We have an alderman that we're drawing into a district, right? And I'm letting all the aldermen know that, okay? The 7th ward is being drawn into the 6th ward, right? And that's classic 101 gerrymandering. And that alderman is the reason why we know that is because he's registered to vote at a different place. So if we're going to do things the right way, right, and we're going to do things the right way, right, he does not have the right to vote. Okay. Now I asked a few times to not do this on the floor. All right. But now all the aldermen are on notice and you are now responsible for your vote because I just told you what was going on in case you didn't know what was going on. And I do a motion to table
It's not a motion.
because
It's
right
a
now
motion.
he should not even be voting
Voted up or
because
down.
he doesn't live in that ward. And
Yeah.
once we draw that ward in, he's going to live there and he's registered to vote somewhere else. Do your homework. It's
Roll
public
call.
information. And for us to sit up here and to illegally gerrymander someone into an elected official office is doing people wrong. And I've always stood up for people. I'm in court because I'm standing up for people. I'm going to continue to stand up for people. And I'm going to, and that's fine. I'm letting the council say they didn't know. Didn't nobody know. The attorney didn't know. You didn't know. Didn't nobody know.
Your vote is a no.
No, my vote's going to be a yes because I have to bring this back up later. And only the winning party can bring it up. I'm not slow. I know my Robert rules of order, right? That's why I'm not allowing you to. That's why I'm not allowing you to treat me unfairly in here. I'm not gonna allow you as the chairman.
Man, just one question, can we just bring this back up later? Cause if we just going back and, I know what you're saying, but if.
Vote it up or down. I mean, council.
Can we table it? I motion to table it and we can talk about it later. Why are we doing this right here?
All of a sudden, finally come to a meeting and now you're gonna challenge it.
I'll tell you why, because I thought, wait, you asked me a question, let me answer it. You know why? Because you don't let me in the vote. You see me on there, I'm at every council meeting. The attorney, y'all don't call a roll call to let me in, right? Do you call a roll call to let me in, or you don't let anybody know I'm sitting here waiting to get into the council meeting? I got a job.
If you're sitting out.
I got a job
That's on you.
in the parking lot.
Said you sent me an email.
I don't have a nice camper like you to sit in the parking lot.
You sent me an email, said you weren't gonna be here.
I said I was running a few minutes behind because you will run this vote without me. That's why.
Continue.
Okay, that's exactly why. I have a motion on the floor. I have a motion to table. There's not an alderman up here that's gonna second.
There's a question on the roll already.
No, but that's out of order because I had a parliament question.
No, your parliament question.
No, first of all, I had a motion to table. I had a motion to table.
The chairman didn't recognize.
Which you cannot not. Were you gonna gerryman and run the meeting unbiasedly? You just the man, huh? You just the man. I'm alderman. I'm second ward alderman, and I'm the council.
I'm the chair of this meeting.
You're the chair of the council meeting. This is a council.
This is the council meeting that I chair.
Correct.
As a mayor.
We're the council. You're the chair, which you're supposed to be fair, right? Fair as a chairman, right?
Fair as continuing.
No. You got the alderman in some crap, and you got us in some stuff, Mr. Mayor. You got us in some crap, right? And it's wrong. It's absolutely 100% wrong with gerrymandering. Every alderman up here knows it, and you're responsible for it. Because I said, I already have legal, I'm already taken care of, right?
You got plenty of
the compliments of you, right?
And
compliments of you, right? You tried to throw the alderman under the bus. Compliments of you, right? All right, thank you. Just say I did it. Just because you're going to say I did it. Because the alderman didn't do it, sir. But at the end of the day, alderman, right? if anything, you need more time to look this over, but not to have a public hearing and saying that, and saying that a city council meeting is a public. Listen, let me tell you how that doesn't make sense. Let me tell you how that,
Why are you making things?
let me
up
tell you
when
why
it's-
that doesn't make sense. If we could do it in a council meeting, we wouldn't need public hearings.
It didn't-
If we could serve notice
if
in the
it
public,
needed
if we could
public
do it
hearing-
here, we wouldn't need public
If
hearings.
it needed
Common
public
sense.
hearing, our city attorney.
No,
would have
you're
addressed it.
gerrymandering and it's
It
getting
would have been
really, and
addressed.
it's getting really sticky, right? I was trying to ride with you as much as I could, but I can't do anything illegal like this.
It's
And I
not-
can't, and I'm speaking up for the people that did not vote for the people that we're about to assign that alderman to. That's who I'm speaking up for, sir.
Continue on, Lori.
No, are you gonna acknowledge my motion to table?
No. Continue on.
No, you cannot not acknowledge my motion. Are you gonna agree with him too? Listen, this is why we need a legislative attorney. He's working for the mayor right now. He is specifically saying that the mayor doesn't have to acknowledge me as an alderman. Y'all don't know Robert Rules of Order? Don't nobody know Robert Rules of Order? You can't ignore an alderman. You cannot not acknowledge an alderman. Does anyone up here know Robert Rules of Order? Obviously, the attorney serving as our parliamentarian does it, because if you did, you would know that he can't just ignore an alderman because he doesn't like what I'm saying.
He is the chair of the meeting and he can recognize or ignore a motion being made.
Unfairly.
That's a matter of perspective.
Okay, so what I can do is I can challenge
You can vote yes
the
or no.
the seat,
on-
right?
You can vote yes or
If
no.
he's not acknowledging an
abstain.
alderman, right? I
Yes,
can,
no,
hold on, wait, if he,
abstain.
I'm talking to the parliamentarian. I can challenge the chair if he's ignoring. Yeah, I know you're the city attorney. I appreciate you being the city attorney.
Yes. Alderman Murphy.
My understanding is that there's a motion on the floor made by Alderman Coleman. If there is a second for that motion, then we can proceed. Can we not call for a second and see if we get one or?
There
not?
is a motion and a second.
There is a, no, on the original item, there's a motion and a second.
Right.
Yes.
Now there's a motion to table.
The mayor has not recognized the motion to table.
Okay. So,
But there is a motion to
To
approve
proceed.
the new ward boundaries
And
as
a second.
presented and a second.
okay.
And what I'm saying is,
You're not.
under a
recognized,
right
Alderman.
of privilege,
You're
you
not
cannot
Actually still speaking.
And
I have-
But do you, okay,
And
all
my
right, we gonna go on
understanding-
the Robert
and my
Rules of Order,
understanding
that's
of-
fine.
And would you please stop talking
Yes,
over me?
ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Since you're making a motion that is not being recognized, and there's a motion and a second on the floor, then my understanding of Robert's rules is that we go forward with a vote at this time.
Okay, if we're acknowledging Robert Rules of Order, okay, I have a right to privilege,
Alderman,
right?
Alderman,
Which, hold on,
Alderman,
wait, well, no, we
Alderman,
talking Robert Rules of
no,
Order, you
no,
can't
no.
just,
But
first
you
of
have
all,
to be acknowledged by the chair.
now we're doing Robert Rules of Order. So now you're not gonna acknowledge me and you think that the meeting, you think that,
You haven't had.
no,
you haven't-
I'm calling, I'm saying that you're being unfair and I'm calling a right of privilege. I'm calling a right of privilege, which is the top right. Can you explain that to the mayor, what a right of privilege is? Can you at least explain to the council
Alderman, you
floor?
don't have a right of privilege. You have
Oh
one vote.
my God.
You
A
have one
right
vote.
of privilege is to address if I'm being treated unfairly. That's the right of privilege. I have a right to be treated fairly in a council meeting. That is a right of privilege.
Are you treating the other aldermen fairly right now with?
It's
your-
not, I don't have an issue with the other alderman. I have an issue with the chair and the rulings that the chair is ruling. The chair is not accepting and recognizing a sitting alderman. That's the ruling that I have an issue with. And I'm challenging, I am making a motion to challenge the chair, okay? And if the other alderman up here agree that he doesn't have to acknowledge me, right? I'm done talking. I'm not gonna say a word, okay? But we have to do things decent and in order, right? So is that decent and in order? I
Yes,
can
the mayor-
challenge
The mayor not recognizing your motion to
But-
table is decent
in order. And is
under
it
Robert's
decent
Rules of
in
Order.
order for me to challenge that ruling?
You've been challenging it.
No, officially challenge and put it to the alderman to vote.
No, the mayor does not need to recognize your motion. There is no formal right to
There
challenge.
is
the
no,
mayor.
hold on, wait. There is no right. So he could ignore me all meeting.
He could if he wanted to, yes.
Okay, well, we gonna have a long damn meeting. Cause this gonna be a long one today, but I was elected by the people and I'd be doggone if I sit up here, my people vote for me to talk. My people vote for me to stand up for them. And to think that the mayor has the authority to shut down my entire ward, we're not having a meeting like that. No, sir. No, sir.
Continue with the vote.
No, there is no vote because I challenged the mayor's ruling. He cannot ignore me. I challenge his ruling. He's the chair, but we can challenge the ruling. I don't care what the attorney is lying about. I'll discuss it with that later. But as a sitting alderman, we have a right to challenge the chair. Period. And that supersedes what's on the floor. Because the last thing was the mayor's ruling. So I'm doing my job. What?
We still on roll?
No. You cannot ignore me. That's not it. You can't. You cannot. I challenge the mayor's ruling. If he doesn't, that doesn't even make sense. If he doesn't acknowledge me, that means he can never be challenged. He'll be God. That doesn't work under Robert Rules of Order. Robert Rules of Order is designed for things to be fair and everybody to have a voice. But if we're saying that the mayor doesn't even have to acknowledge someone challenging him,
Alderman,
no, that's not, no. So you have acknowledged me, okay, so
But
I-
Alderman Murphy spoke.
if the mayor, if
After
the
Alderman
alderman,
Murphy
I
spoke,
promise,
I did not
do a
come back
roll
to you.
call,
You just
do,
decided to speak up.
no, you cannot ignore
As
me.
the chair, someone has to run the meeting.
You're right.
And that.
As
that-
a fair
but
chair,
it
a
sounds
fair
like you
chair.
want to run the
No,
meeting.
it sounds like you don't want to hear me talk.
You've been talking the whole time.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep talking until you acknowledge me on the floor. Okay, what? No, you gotta acknowledge me on the floor. Now, if the alderman, if you guys say the mayor doesn't have to acknowledge me on the floor, but he should give you the right to vote. Him not giving you the right to vote is wrong. Alderman, this is what I'm saying. If you guys feel, right, that the mayor can sit here and not acknowledge me, then go ahead and vote with the mayor. But you have a right to vote. If the mayor's doing something, if Betty Thomas, if Bobby Thomas, if there's any mayor up here not, we have action of recourse as alderman. And he doesn't have sole power of our meeting. This is not a dictatorship. This is a democracy.
We just gotta go back and look at it. What's 2 weeks gonna make a difference? If it's gonna make Mr. Alderman more comfortable, I know, I understand, but we're just going back and forth.
How long we been talking about this? How long have we been, this has been brought up? But everybody at the last city council, at the last committee meeting was ready to move forward. Was that not correct? Everybody sitting here had no problem bringing this to the floor for a vote. If there was concern, anyone could have addressed it.
No,
It wasn't addressed.
no, I was not here.
I'm not here.
I was not here.
I cannot keep you from being here or not. I cannot drag your body into this. council meeting.
But when I go to court twice a month and I have to maintain the job, right, to keep working, right?
Committee that.
So, but you know what? There was a lot of legal loopholes that we had to overcome too. We were doing legal loopholes as well.
I have to say something to even get acknowledged, so. You were present on Zoom at the last meeting. we voted you in to attend via Zoom. When you attend via Zoom, you're attending. At the last council meeting, you were present via Zoom. That is my recollection, and I think if we look at the minutes, that will confirm that you were voted in, you requested Zoom attendance, and we voted you in to attend by Zoom. When you attend by Zoom, you're attending the meeting remotely, but you are present.
So
You're able-
absolutely,
You're able to vote, you're able to do everything that you would do if you were sitting in council chambers.
absolutely, absolutely. But he said that I wasn't here. So if I
No,
wasn't
you
here.
said you weren't.
Okay, well, listen, a committee is not a council. A committee is for discussion. And after we discuss it, I have 2 weeks to sit on it before I vote. And I had 2 weeks to sit on it, and now it's time to vote, and I don't feel comfortable with it. And that's okay. I'm perfectly fine, right? But it's not about me voting. No, it's about you acknowledging me, first of all. That's what it's about. You have to be a fair judge. You have to be a fair chairman, right? So this is you acknowledging, right? But at the end of the day, it's voting time. That's why I bring it up now, because it's voting time. And I had 2 weeks to think about it. And I couldn't do the people over there wrong. I had to speak up for them. And yeah, I had to speak up for them. Some people I couldn't sleep at night. Knowing that we sitting up here doing something illegal and we don't have the courage as aldermen. It hurt. But we don't even have the courage to even make the mayor acknowledge sitting aldermen. That hurts. How is the city gonna move forward? It's very difficult to move forward. And it's the same Dagwood look that you had, Mr. Mayor. I think I got it too.
Continue roll call.
There is no roll call because it's out of order. And you're not gonna do it. I have too many people. It's out of order. I have a motion on the floor. I have a challenge to the mayor ignoring me. It has to be addressed. If the alderman's cool with it, I'm cool with it. But the alderman need to vote. You can't do the vote by yourself. You can't be judge. You can't be judge and jury. The alderman has to vote. There is no roll call. There is no roll call. There is no roll call because that's not an order. I have a challenge on the floor to challenge the mayor. If the alderman is okay with him not speaking to me, I'm okay. I promise. I promise. I'll get up, I'll go home. I don't have. I'll get up and go home, seriously. If you don't have to talk to me, I'll get up and go home, I promise. Oh yeah, I got to give him one up. I got to do something. But yeah, after that, I go home. But for me to sit up here and be disrespected and not acknowledged, nah, that ain't.
So I have to acknowledge you, Alderman.
I am challenging.
Speaking on this floor for the last hour. So how many time we gotta acknowledge you?
You're a good liar. We're both talking. You talk 50% of the time, I'm talking back. Stop it. You being real political right now, politician. Okay? We're both talking to each other. Talking to myself.
Continue to roll.
There is no roll call because it's out of order. It's point of order. Point of order. I have a challenge on the floor. You're not going to not acknowledge me. No, there's a point of order on the floor. I can do this. No, we can. This is called filibustering. We can do that too. We can filibuster all damn day. I'm okay with that. But what we're not gonna do is we not gonna just ignore me like I'm not here. If the alderman, I swear, if y'all vote, be like, you know what, he ain't gotta talk to you, Anthony. I go home. But he's not gonna be the one to make the decision. Not today, not just him. He's not Jesus. He's not going to be the only person to tell me to shut up. You're not gonna do it. No. You and your sidekick, the attorney, sit here and lie to us and pretend like we're dumb. Like we don't know what we're doing ain't right. That's all.
Table, that's a table. I make a motion to table. Second. This is what.
That's this. You know what? He ain't talking to y'all either. He the man. He is the man. He running the city. He not acknowledging the senior alderman or his guy Carl or me. You want to go ahead and ask Mr. Jackson? See, no, go ahead and ask him. Go ahead and ask him.
What this got to do with budget? The budget. That's what you.
Oh, now you gonna play with the budget? Yeah, we gonna play with your budget. How about that?
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Jackson.
my concern is even if this was tabled, is this in a 2-week time frame? Is this matter really going to be resolved? Or are we
Probably
grandstanding?
not, because at the next meeting, he may come back and say he's still not satisfied with it and want to table it again.
There's an oh, I'm sorry.
See, that's my concern is if it is tabled, I mean, what will be the end result from
Yeah,
table
and you gotta
the
ask
next
your
2
alderman.
weeks?
You gotta ask your alderman.
Yeah, there's been people that have reached out to the Attorney General. There's been people that have put the state's attorney on notice, and we need to give that state's attorney an investigation time to come in. At the end of the day, as aldermen, if we vote on something that's illegal, the vote is void, so it doesn't even count anyway. But it allows the attorney, the state's attorney, obviously, they're taking their time and dealing with the processes. So that allows the proper people, like if there's anybody in the audience that wants to file, it gives them the opportunity to file as well. And we have some people that was in the audience that was concerned. So it gives the people in the audience a time to file as well. And then if we're right, no big deal. Oh my God, I like. And it's easier to get educated before we vote than it is to try to undo a vote that we wasn't educated on.
Didn't it cost the city to bring the people in that redistrict this ward?
We voted on that, yes.
We voted on that, right? Didn't it cost the city when the guy, I can't think of his name, whatever his name is, we had someone come in this city, redistrict this ward, sat down with each and every alderman, and everybody agreed to what was going on. We all agreed to it up until today. Did nobody disagree with this? Now, I don't know what's going on here, who's pinpointing what. I know it was some people that was not happy about the ward being redistricted. But I'll say it like this. How can you not be happy with the ward? If you're here for all the people, it shouldn't matter where you're being redistricted to. Because the people that you serving is the people in North Chicago. So I don't know what the big deal is about the redistricting. Yes, someone did, they redistricted the ward, but yes, they is not wrong for redistricting this ward. We did everything the legal way. just because you don't like the fact that somebody's affiliated with someone politically, because that's what this is all about. It ain't even about redistricting the ward. And I'm sitting there telling all of you, it's not about the redistricting, it's about who is who. So get all those little thoughts of who's running for mayor, who's running for this, who's running for that. Get it out your mind. Because we really don't care. Half of you shouldn't be the mayor. To be honest with you, and I said it. While you sitting there trying to figure out, well, this person is doing this person is doing that. Let us sit up here and do what we need to do instead of trying to satisfy a few little crowd, about 10 of you that's trying to run, 10 of you that decide y'all want to be the mayor because you heard that Mayor Rackham is resigning. So what? Get over it. Get on it. Let us get on the business and don't worry about who's living where. If it's affecting you, go FOIA something. You go up there and FOIA. Because it seems to me that it's the same, because we all know who all it is. I know who it is that's sitting out here in the audience, that's complaining, that done made all the little comments, and it's fine. You're going to keep making the comments. If we vote yes, it goes. If we vote no, it stops. So I could vote right now, and I'm sure the other ones want to vote too. But we also want to make sure our other alderman is happy along with us. But we're rolling together. We're not gonna do it separate. If he's unhappy, we'll wait till we get it right. But that don't mean that if he's saying that there's something wrong, if he's uncomfortable with it, let's make it right. If he need 2 weeks to feel good, hey, that's fine. But we just want to make it right. But all of y'all that's trying to run for mayor, stop it. Stop it. Because it's too early and it don't make sense because you're worried about what somebody is saying. Oh, he's connected to the mayor. He's this, he's that. Is you scared of him? He must be scared. You must be scared of him. Gotta be scared of him. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. They scared. That brother got power. Don't even know it. That's it.
Don't even use it. Don't want it.
They scared of him. They scared.
Right?
Yeah, can we stop all this bickering and, okay, we voted to, it was a motion, it was second. Can we just move on? Cause right now, this council looks like it used to look. And that's not a good look. It's really discouraging to me, and I'm sure everybody else is sitting there saying, I wish they'd hurry up. He's not comfortable. He's one of our aldermen. And we said, as a council, we will roll together. We said that before we even took our seats. We said that. Can we please do that? Because today is really just disgusting. That's all I got.
Let it roll.
Alderman Evans, Alderman Allen, and Alderman Ray.
Yes,
I will respect that from you,
thank you.
all right, and from you,
Thank you. Thank you.
all right?
The main motion does need to be withdrawn by the motion maker.
Mr.
It
So,
would be Alderman Murphy and Alderman Brooks would have to withdraw their main motion.
Mr. Mayor,
I have a question.
Alderman Murphy,
Before I withdraw the main motion, we're withdrawing with the idea that this will be tabled until the next council meeting? Tabled until the next council meeting to go back on the agenda at the next council meeting?
I want to address the table issue, because if you table it, you're gonna have the motion to take it off table at the meeting. It's better to just postpone consideration to the next meeting. That would be the motion.
Okay. Then I will withdraw my main motion.
wait,
Oh, sorry.
so it was moved by Alderman Evans and second by Alderman Allen. No, wait, to table, now are you? You recognize that motion? No, I did not. You did. True. So can your motion be to postpone it to the following meeting?
Yeah.
Is that?
Alderman Murphy is raising, an issue tying the postponement to the next meeting so that it will be voted on, if I'm understanding where you're
Yes,
headed
that it
with
will be voted on at our next regular council
So it
meeting.
would be on her, or it'd have to be a new
You
motion?
never.
I never
recognized-
right,
So-
okay.
So if I
Change
if
your
I-
motion.
if I rescind my main motion and Alderman Brooks, who seconded, also rescinds his,
To
You
change
doesn't
your.
have to.
Okay.
Once you withdraw.
withdraw, okay.
Your main motion, it goes away.
Mr.
Then I am
Go ahead.
prepared to withdraw my main motion on the condition that this item appears on the next council meeting's regular agenda.
Mr. Mayor,
Does her motion have?
Mr. Mayor,
Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman, can I finish the proceed?
no, you can't.
Listen, Alderman, I do from this, Alderman Murphy, your motion to.
Whoa, first of all,
Next
Mr.
meeting,
Mayor,
and
Mr. Mayor,
there a second?
Mr. Mayor, you're still point of order. Can you just give me 1 second?
Continue.
That's the problem that we have right there.
Open my- You,
Just be quiet. Let me talk. Well, you don't let me talk, I'll let you talk. This is what we grown men here. You don't let me tell me shut up, I'll tell you shut up. What the? Now listen, listen, if you just be quiet for 1 second, and I know you don't want nobody to talk. You don't want nobody to talk. Why don't you be quiet? But 1 second, Mr. Mr.
there is a motion.
But your motion is out of order. And there's a motion on top to challenge the chair. I have to withdraw my motion to challenge the chair. You have to recognize me. This ain't even about the vote. This is about you recognizing me as an alderman, okay? I have a vote that's sitting on top to challenge the chair's decision, okay? And out of
Okay,
respect,
Alderman,
out
was
of
there a
respect
second? Was
to
there a second?
Mr. Ray, and out of
Was
respect
there a
to
second on
Mr.
your motion to
Bobby,
challenge the chair?
and out of respect to
Was there a motion? Was there a
Mr.
second?
Alderman, the two, and Alderman Evans and Alderman Allen, and out of respect to you, Mrs. Ray, I withdraw, right, my motion to challenge the chair. Now, everybody else can go on with your motions, but I'm withdrawing my motion out of respect to you guys and going with the spirit of the meeting, okay? And I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
What I would like to do, once again, is withdraw my motion conditional upon this item appearing on the regular agenda for a vote at our next regular council meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved by Alderman Murphy, second by Alderman Jackson, that item 5-4 be placed on the city council agenda for the next regular meeting. Are there any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Coleman,
Aye.
Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Ray,
Aye.
Alderman Murphy.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks. Alderman Jackson.
Aye.
Motion carried. 7-1.
No,
Mm-mm.
we don't have to do the table.
No,
No, you
just-
put the motion to postpone.
That's what you.
But
explained.
make sure it's on the next agenda as a voting item.
7-1, approval of the FY 27 budget. Alderman, was it Allen? Alderman Allen.
Second.
Been moved by Alderman Allen, second by Alderman Evans, that the Approval of the 7-1 be passed as presented. Are there questions?
Mr. Mayor?
Alderman Murphy.
Yeah, I have a question on, the budget line item, aldermanic revenue and expense history, or aldermanic revenue and expenses, that's Fund 10. It's line items 10-115-65050 all the way through 10-115-65057. It's the aldermanic line items, that were at the last meeting, proposed to be increased to $11,000. I am proposing that we amend it back to $9,000 based on information that was shared with all of the aldermen, including characterizations by some aldermen that other municipalities either get paid more, have more discretionary budget to spend, et cetera, et cetera. None of that is borne out by the data that was shared with all of us and that was collected, aggregated, based on a number of responding municipalities who either don't have city credit cards, don't have a line item that's discretionary to each alderman, don't get paid what we get paid. There are a lot of things that actually make North Chicago an outlier when it comes to how aldermen spend taxpayer dollars. So I want to move that we amend that line item back to $9,000, which is what it has been and what it was in this now just prior fiscal year that ended April 30th, 2026.
Second.
Is that a motion?
Yeah, that was a motion.
Okay, so,
And it was a motion by
yeah,
Alderman Murphy, second by Alderman Jackson, that the alderman's line item be moved back to $9,000. Is there a discussion or questions on that motion? Gary? Alderman Ray?
Are we saying that the request for 11 it's just gone?
It'll be moved to 9,000, where it was at from the.
So if
Yeah.
we vote yay for that, we're saying we agree with the 9. But if we vote nay, then are we saying we agree with the 11?
mhm,
It stays with the 11, yes.
Okay.
You got it? Okay,
mhm.
so, roll call.
Alderman Evans,
No.
Alderman Allen,
Yeah, stay back to 9.
Alderman Ray,
No.
Alderman Murphy,
Yes, stay 9.
Alderman Brooks.
No.
Alderman Jackson,
Yes, 9.
Alderman Coleman,
11, no.
Motion failed.
no, carried.
No,
It's 4-3.
it failed.
4-4.
4 noes.
Yeah, it fails.
So the
failed.
amendment fails. Yeah, the amendment
The
fails.
amendment fails. We're back to the
Okay,
main.
got it.
Main motion for 11.
You're now gonna vote on the budget with the $11,000 line item.
Okay.
Are there any other questions?
Yeah, yeah.
Alderman Murphy?
A couple of things. So congratulations on those of you who have found new and exciting ways to spend taxpayer dollars. I just want to say 2 things. Besides that, one is, that, if there is an overspending of certain line items, which there invariably will be because there always is, I am going to go on record that provided that I am in this seat, that there will be no bailouts from the 6th Ward budget. That's the first thing. The second thing is, as it has already been pointed out this evening, we are the legislative body for the city. We have, among other things, we have the power of the purse. And we're responsible for the wise expenditure of taxpayer dollars. So I just want the people who are constituents to ask themselves this question. If you have a representative on this council who cannot stay within budget, ever, no matter what that budget is in terms of the money they spend, first of all, when you have your home budget and you go over, what happens? Can you just go to people and say, I spent all the money and I need more? The second thing I want you to ask yourself is, if a person cannot manage one line item over which they have direct control in this city budget, which is millions of dollars, but they get, and we make decisions collectively about how to spend your money all the time. And we hope that we're doing it the right way. But if you have somebody who cannot manage the one line item over which they have direct control and decision-making, then ask yourself, what kind of decisions are they making, or what are they thinking about the rest of the money of yours that they spend? And one better, don't just ask yourself that, ask your representative that. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other questions? Alderman Ray?
I don't have a question, I have a statement. Now, I understand what she's saying to a certain extent. But I came on board and I did not misuse my money or the people's money, okay? And I still ran out, trying to go to everything and learn all I could for my people. So when you make a blanket statement like that, either maybe you should address it to whoever you talking about, but don't just put us all in one pot and have them thinking that I misused my money, because I did not. And I can manage my money or your money. And I did it to help you. And I want that to go on record.
Anything else on the budget? Hearing none? Roll call.
Alderman Allen. Alderman Ray.
Aye.
Alderman
That's for
Murphy.
the 11, right? I want
This
to
is
make
for the whole
sure.
budget. This is for the
Okay,
whole
well,
budget.
Yes.
with the 11,
Yes.
I'm making
Yeah,
sure.
that's already done.
Okay.
Alderman Murphy.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks. Alderman Jackson.
Aye.
Alderman Coleman. Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Motion carried. 7-2, approval and authorize the mayor to engage with an action service to dispose of surplus and unneeded equipment.
Mayor Rockham,
Alderman Evans.
I would like to approve and authorize the mayor to engage with an auction service to dispose of surplus and unneeded equipment. And
Alderman Evans? Yeah. Good, been moved by Alderman Evans, second by Alderman Allen, that 7-2 be passed as presented. Are there questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Ray.
Aye.
Alderman Murphy.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Alderman Jackson.
Aye.
Alderman Coleman.
Aye.
Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Motion carried. 7-3, consideration and award of the Lewis Avenue Detention Basin Phase 2 project to Campanella and Son Incorporated in a not to exceed amount of $3,025,715.61.
Mayor Rockham,
Alderman Evans.
I would like to consideration and award of the Lewis Avenue Detention Basin Phase 2 project of Campanella and Sons in the amount not to exceed of $3,025,715.61 as presented.
It's been moved by Alderman Evans, second by Alderman Allen, that 7-3 be passed as presented. Are there questions?
Question,
Alderman Jackson.
do we have the funding already secured?
Steve Soslicka from Trotter and Associates.
Yes, we do have the funding secured.
I'm good with that, as long as we got the funding.
Well, I got a question then. Do you guys go out for bidding before you get the funding, or how does that funding come?
We typically apply for funding. Then once we have the funding secured, then we'll turn around and design the project, then we go out to bid.
Is that before you come here? Is that before you come here?
To the council?
Right. You get the funding
Yes.
prior to, and no, the reason I was asking, because that was, I heard the question that he was asking. So I just wanted to make sure that we got the funding prior to.
Yes.
Okay,
It
that's
could-
all.
Since you asked, can I
Yes.
explain?
Of course, explain it to us. So that we'll know.
This is an exciting project, sorry. We've been working on it for a long time. Actually, we applied for funding back in 2020 during COVID. We applied for the funding. Yes, we came to the council. We asked for your permission to apply for the funding. We granted it, so we went after it. We were successful in securing the funding. The funding was eventually released. We got it in round 2. Then we approached you guys again. That's when we designed the project and we got the move forward on that, and then we bid it out, and now we're back. We're ready to build. And it's exciting. So phase 1 is the detention basin. We had the groundbreaking ceremony. It was a wonderful event. Phase 2 for Lewis Avenue is the upsizing of all the storm sewer pipe. That's both going to the basin and some of it going out of the basin. So, and that's going to be starting. All the work is scheduled to be completed by end of October, sometime by Thanksgiving. in that
Great,
area.
fantastic.
Weather permit.
And that project will, benefit, quite a few homes in Alderman Ray's ward because, the size of the pipes are too small to accept storm water that goes into them. So in a heavy rain, the storm sewers fill up. And where do they go? Into homeowners' basements. Because of the fact that we're putting this retention pond in across from District 187 School District, that property there, we're gonna make a retention pond, and then we're gonna upsize the pipes that are along
20th Street.
20th Street, so that those, the detention water has more capacity to get into the pipe and then also to go into the retention pond to stay out of homeowners' basements. And then from the retention pond, it goes over to what they call Pettibone Creek, which is over by MCO property. And we're gonna be putting in larger pipes along that corridor to down Broadway to allow that water to drain out to that creek. Again, giving homeowners the opportunity to keep water out of their basements. I think this is a great project. I know for many years that, I know homeowners, especially in Alderman Ray's ward, were concerned every time a heavy rain come that, do they have to, go down in their basement and pick up furniture, or if their furnace is gonna flood out, or their hot water heater, or their washer and dryer, or whatever other appliances they may have. Hopefully this project will help, those residents and to help eliminate that flooding. So excellent project, and we'll continue to move forward with it. So.
Thank you for your support.
And if there's no other questions, roll call.
Alderman Murphy,
Aye.
Alderman Brooks,
Aye.
Alderman Jackson,
Aye.
Alderman Coleman,
Aye.
Alderman Evans,
Aye.
Alderman Allen,
Aye.
Alderman Ray.
Aye.
Motion carried. 7-4, consideration and approval upon state notification, the acceptance of Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity Grant, number DG 240084 in the amount of $200,000, with no match requirement for the purchase of a public safety drone and economic and community development software.
Mayor Rakim,
Alderman Evans.
I would like to approve upon state notification, the acceptance of Illinois Department of Commerce of Economic Opportunity Grant number DG 240084 in the amount of $200,000 with no match requirement for the purchase of a public safety drone and economic and community development software as presented.
It's been moved by Alderman Evans, second by Alderman Allen, that 7-4 be passed as presented. Are there questions? Just to let the public know, we have got a $200,000 grant from the Department of DECO, Department of Economic Opportunity. This drone, again, my statement has always been, if we have technology available, the city of North Chicago should be able to utilize it. And drones, I think, is the next phase of that type of safety to the residents of our community. It is utilizing drones and having certified operators to man those drones can give us an opportunity that if there's incidents that are going on within our community, that drone is capable of getting to that site a lot quicker than sometimes our own vehicles, because those drones fly in the line of sight and not down streets and even alleys. So if there's some activity that might have taken place, we can send that drone out to see what's going on. It could also possibly save lives. It's not only that it has an opportunity to see if there's gunfire or shots fired. That drone can come to that scene a lot quicker. And if there's still activity going on at that scene, it can notify our police department that there's possibly people that are still there with weapons. So that could give help to save lives, even with our own public safety officers. A drone is not only just for public safety in our police department, but we want to have the capability of utilizing it also in our fire department. That drone could come to a scene and with their infrared radar could possibly detect people that may be trapped inside homes through a drone. And it can also verify what we call hotspots in a fire, that our officers can utilize that drone to see if there's still a fire in parts of a house or a building that they need to still address to try to put out. So with this $200,000 grant, and there's no match, it's strictly grant dollars that have come in, and we have no matching funds that we have to utilize from the city of North Chicago. So I think this is a great opportunity for us. We have utilized technology in license plate readers. We have utilized in shot spotters, and we have utilized it in cameras that we have throughout the city of North Chicago. This is just another piece of equipment in our toolbox that I think will benefit our community. So is there any questions with that from our council? Hearing.
That's really a good grant that we did, that the city did receive.
Yes, I agree. Totally agree.
Mayor, Senator Johnson was instrumental in helping secure the funding.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
And she has done an excellent job in bringing dollars into our community. We do thank her.
She
for that.
has.
So, hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Brooks. Alderman Jackson.
Aye.
Alderman Coleman.
I just gotta say something. Alderman, Bobby Allen, good job. Good job for building those relationships. Keep bringing that money in. The gift that keeps giving. I appreciate you. Yes, aye.
Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Ray.
Aye.
Alderman Murphy.
Aye.
Motion carried. City Bill 7-5,
Rockingham,
Ben Allen.
make a motion to approve the city bill, and we have a special for $729,848.35 when it comes available. Second.
Been moved by Alderman Allen, second by Alderman Evans, that the city bills with the special bill run be paid as presented. Are there questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Jackson.
Aye.
Alderman Coleman.
Aye.
Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Ray.
Aye.
Alderman Murphy.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye. Motion carried. Miscellaneous business,
Mayor Rockingham.
Alderman Evans.
Man.
Sorry I missed you.
We had one, we had a ward meeting.
Sorry I missed
You have a third ward meeting right here in this council.
Yes, I heard.
And I mean, people was excited, people got informed about everything. This is what we do in our community. Now that the budget has passed, we gonna do more things for our community. We gonna be involved in our community, right? you're gonna see Alderman Evans more and more out here in the community, doing things for his community, doing things that all I hear is taxpayers' money. Yes, it will be taxpayers' money. Your involvement with taxpayers' money. So yes, it will be very enjoyable with you. I just had a ward meeting. Guess what? June 2nd. Come out on Christian and MLK. We having our annual yard sale. We having 2 food trucks out there. We're having music. We're having a DJ. No, the city is not paying for that. No, the city is not paying for that. We having cameras. We having lights. So please come out and enjoy yourselves. Bring your family out. We don't just have a regular yard sale. We have a lot of fun, and it's all for the citizens of North Chicago. And bring people from other communities. Let's show the people what we do here in this great city. Thank you.
What day is that, June?
June 6th, the first Saturday of the month.
All right. Alderman
I
Ray?
know.
Yeah, we got Fifth Ward meeting on the same day. Okay, at 11 o'clock, right here. When we leave here, we're going there,
There you go.
but we still all together.
That's right.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Jackson?
At this time, I'd like to acknowledge the North Chicago Police Department for the Cop on the Roof donation for the Illinois Special Olympics. I believe they raised close to $5,000 in that endeavor. And I know that's a tough thing to do, but I do want to acknowledge them before the council and the general public, because that is a good donation project for not just the city, but for the state. So I do want to thank them for that.
Very much. Yeah, they did a great job, so. All right, anyone else? Hearing none, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
If we move by Alderman Allen, second by Alderman Evans, that the city council stand adjourned. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Let me ask on, city of, committee of the whole, does anyone need to have, any of the departments opened up or not? If not, I think everyone,
I don't need to have it open, but I need a request,
okay?
if I may, if I acknowledge.
Do we? Okay, let me open up and then you have to play.
Okay.
I'd like to open up our committee as a whole, have a roll call.
Alderman Jackson,
Present.
Alderman Coleman, Alderman Evans.
Here.
Alderman Allen.
Here.
Alderman Ray,
Here.
Alderman Murphy, Alderman Brooks.
Present.
Okay, so everyone should have received their, from each department, their packet.
Yes.
So, Alderman Jackson, you had a question?
Yes, Your Honor. For the public safety, i.e. the police department, I would like for the next meeting to have the chief or his representative outline what our summer program is going to look like as far as the law enforcement side of things. So I would like a verbal report at the next council meeting on what the North Chicago Police Department is going to do for the summer.
Okay, we'll get that into the record for our next city council. You're looking for the next city council meeting?
Next meeting.
Okay. Yes, June 1st. Okay. Anything else? Nothing else, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
We move by Alderman Allen, second by Alderman Jackson, to the committee of the whole stand adjourned. Are there any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Jackson.
Aye.
Alderman Coleman. Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Ray.
Aye.
Alderman Murphy.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Okay. I would like to open the Judiciary Committee meeting. Can I get a roll call?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else. Alderman Jackson.
Present.
Alderman Coleman. Alderman Evans.
Here.
Alderman Allen.
Here.
Alderman Ray.
Here.
Alderman Murphy.
Present.
Alderman Brooks.
Present.
Okay. right, the discussion to Judiciary Committee meeting will be the discussion for an ordinance establishing a parking permit program for Glen Drive. And Taylor will talk about it for us.
All right, good evening. Thank you, Chairperson Ray. This evening, this agenda item before you is regards to some parking that was revealed during a collaborative effort with Lake County on their Robert McClory pathway improvements. So, you know, the pathway right away is just on the west side of Glen Drive here in North Chicago. And while the county maintains the right of way with the pathway there, I'm getting a lot of feedback. I don't know, just got louder. Okay, sorry, I'll just talk. All right, we're good. But the city has the right of way from Glen Drive, from 14th Street down to Broadway. There's been a lot of unlawful parking that occurs out there, storage of materials, storage of vehicles out there in that right of way as well. So in this collaboration with Lake County wanted to remove some encroachments occurring on that right of way by the pathway. There were some gardens, equipment, et cetera, that was being stored on their right of way. And then the city on our side of the right of way line wanted to enforce no parking there. That's not permitted because parking is not permitted in that area of land. In doing so, we've notified the property owners along Glen Drive out there, put some notices up, the electronic reader boards up at the end of Glen Drive saying, please remove personal property from the right of ways, as well as went door to door out there. One of the issues has been that there's one apartment complex at 1415 Glen Drive that has no parking on their property and no ability to add parking on their properties. They have 12 units out there. And so there's a need to provide parking for those tenants out there. One solution that staff came up with here and has been working with the property owner on is developing a permit program for the Glen Drive right-of-way. And this permit program would allow for applicants on an annual basis to apply for permitting rights to have parking within the Glen Drive right-of-way on the city side of the right-of-way. There's one property at this time that would be eligible, and that would be 1415 Glen Drive under the terms of the current ordinance, but that could be amended in future if city council desired to expand the terms of the permit program. This is not a lease or a sale of the property, but rather a permit program. So I want to make that clear that this is not selling or disposing of the property in any way. It's just an annual permit that would be applied for. The permit terms would be $1.25 per square foot of permitted area for the parking. And the permittee would be required to improve that area with a paved surface because the city requires a paved surface for any parking on property. So this would be an annual basis for the area proposed for 1415 under the permit program. That would equate to about 12 parking stalls that would be out there in the right of way and would result in a permit fee of $3,000 per year. The permit program is drafted so that the first year payment could be credited to the applicant if they have to provide the paved surface to kind of offset the cost of the improvement there. That's a quick summary of it, but I'm happy to take any questions about that.
For clarification, this is not regarding to those gardens that are there, because there were gardens that used to be on our property as well.
I don't believe there's any on our property, but those are all on county property.
Okay, and the county is looking to remove all of them?
That's my understanding, yes. But this permit program is not in regards to any gardens.
No, I get that part, but the reason why I'm asking is because there's other residents that are not directly next to there that have gardens there, as well as that park there because of their family members. They have overflow there. So you're gonna impact a lot of people by doing that.
Certainly, but they don't own that property, nor do they have a permit to park there.
I understand that. It's just like we have, driveway, or not driveways, but alleys that have been not properly maintained for 40+ years, and people have been using them for 40+ years, and now we're just saying, well, tough luck, you can't use it no more. That's ultimately what we're saying.
Well, it's
unless you pay this money.
a bit of a different situation that we're talking about unimproved parking stalls that people are parking vehicles on.
These aren't unimproved, and those alleys are also unimproved as well, because they weren't maintained for 40+ years, correct, by the city.
Well, Alderman Ray, I'm happy to take any questions.
Yeah. Well, Commissioner, were you done talking?
Evidently, I am.
No, Mr. Taylor, you work for the city of North Chicago, sir.
That's correct.
Okay, everybody sitting up here demands a certain level of respect. So if you would like for me, I can speak for him, or you can answer his question. But I'm sorry. No, it's not fine, because hopefully when you get to where you gotta go, you're gonna look out for us down here. Okay? So we're not gonna let you get disrespected on the way out the door. Okay? So
I don't
this
plan to be
man,
out the door, but.
I mean, last time you brought a $200,000 check, right?
Mhm.
To the city, right? Okay, so we're gonna wish you a nice farewell with some respect. All right. Is there anything else that
I'm good.
you sure? Okay, all right, thank you.
You finished?
Yeah, I'm finished. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm done.
So the area where the unlawful parking is occurring is between Audrey Nixon Boulevard to Broadway on the south side.
Okay,
North of Audrey Nixon is actually Waukegan jurisdiction.
okay. Got the park right there by Cooper Tower. Is that belong to the city or is it belong to?
That's part of the city right away. Some is encroaching into Lake County right away as well. But this time, what's before you this evening, if I can clarify, is the permit program that would enable for the permitting of parking in a designated area along the Glen Drive to the permit holder.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Taylor. So you're saying that the parking is for the people that live in that area? Basically, they get a parking permit, they can park there?
What's proposed is specific language drafted up that at this time only allows for certain eligible properties to apply for a permit.
Okay, I just want it to be clear that we're not trying to push nobody out. Alderman Evans?
When you say it's going all the way to Broadway, there's a park that sits there.
Right.
The people, they park in the park, so
Right.
how are you gonna determine whether they're, how is that gonna be determined? Because those people live right across the street. So I know they use that as a parking space.
Sure. And so the park itself is within the county right away.
The
Right.
county?
Right, correct.
So how are they gonna determine?
Wait a minute, I got you.
By Falls Park District. You look on the property's website and even through the county, they will attest that the property is owned. And the park is the field park. That's not correct.
So how would you,
My apologies, that must have been misinformed by Lake County.
okay, but how would that be determined? Because those people gonna get tickets or what's gonna happen?
Well, the city ordinance designates on-street parking areas. That is not a designated parking area. And so that's the issue, is that it has officially unpermitted parking occurring all the way down Glen Drive. So in an effort, because the Lake County project has brought this to light, it shows the encroachments occurring on their property that they wanted to resolve, things like gardens that had been brought up, also parking of vehicles. There's desire to do the same on the city side, because there were vehicles, like commercial vehicles, there was an asphalt trailer out there, RVs, et cetera, parking out there that presents a poor aesthetic to the city, right?
At the same time that you're putting this parking thing in place, they don't cut the grass, the county. They do not cut the grass, so how is they gonna determine, well, we're gonna make it look nice over here because we're gonna have the permit vehicles gonna have permits, but at the same time, they're not doing their part to make our city look better. So how do we handle that?
Sure, so they have a risk management team that responds to grass cut calls. And so our code enforcement team has been continually a squeaky wheel with them to ask them to cut and enforce grass cut violations with them. But what's before the committee this evening is not creating a new no parking enforcement legislation. This is just simply resolving one issue with the current conditions out there related to a specific scenario that's occurring at 1415 Glen Drive, where there's no availability for parking that they have.
So I just want clarification. So it's $1.24 or 25 cents per square foot per year. That would be a permit for these individuals. How big is that square footage per parking? How will we measure that? Since it's gravel, are we saying we're gonna pave them and stripe it?
The permit holder would have to pave and stripe and maintain the condition of that area. Yeah.
So they have to pave the property and then
That's
pay us a
correct.
fee on top of that every
No,
single year.
I could share, earlier I explained that the first year would be waived for the cost of the improvements that they're making.
But they don't get to keep and maintain what they paid for. That's the underlying issue. So we're saying we're gonna have a community that's economically deprived to pay for a parking pad essentially, rent it from us every year after the first year, pay us, because you're renting it, and if they don't pay it, they lose the rights to it, but they paid for it.
Right.
That's what we're ultimately saying. I just want clarification.
I'm not sure the economically deprived
So
component
if I
there.
paid $3,000 for it, can I come to the city and get a $3,000 check from you after the next year? If I don't decide to not pay the parking permit? If I sell my property or
The
what?
legislation proposed is $3,000 per year for this area, which would be equate to about 12 parking stalls. And that's the solvest condition right now, where this property owner has 0 parking spots. Their alternative would be to purchase property elsewhere at great cost, and then also pave that parking area to provide parking for their tenants. So what's proposed is a solution to that staff felt was reasonable on all accounts, and both the property owner also agreed that it was reasonable, and it would pay $3,000 per year for that type of area, equating to about 12 parking stalls. And that for their cost of improving it the first year, they would get a credit for their cost of the permit fee, yeah.
So my grandmother lived in the 2nd Ward of North Chicago on Park Avenue. She had to get in and out her driveway out the alleys that take forever to get clean when it snows. And a lot of those individuals that live across the street have similar issues. So what we're saying is we're gonna have an economically deprived community pay for a parking pad that they get to rent. They get the permission to rent it for the next perpetuity after they built a parking pad that we're gonna mandate them do. And then we give them a credit for 1 year. That's ultimately what we're saying.
So
this is, to me, this sounds like this is poorly thought out from the perspective of the community that this is, just in my personal opinion. I don't get a vote on the matter, but that's up to the city council to make that decision.
I forgot what else.
I'm sorry.
Just so.
Alderman Brooks.
Just so I can put it on record as well, I would like for us to come up with a better solution for this. Simply because as long as I've been living here, I mean, a lot of us didn't even know that was county and city. Light keeps going out. Sorry. I just feel like we need to find a better solution for this. If I was a property owner of those apartments and I'm told that I have to pave some land that I don't own and I'll never own, is there a way that we can work something out to where we can sell this piece of land to them and then they can pave it? We got to find some type of better solution, in my opinion. That's just my statement that I have.
We
can we take it back and work on it a little more? 'Cause
Yeah.
It's not sounding very feasible for the community,
Mr.
and
Chairman,
that's just my opinion. Okay. Alderman Coleman.
I have a question. If we were to take this back and discuss it later, will we have any type of say later from the county's perspective as commissioner? Will we have any type of say that will kind of help her put us in a better negotiating position?
I'll just say this is the first time I heard about the gardening aspect of it as well as the parking. I know when I was on the county board previously, Alderman Allen as well as Alderman Evans regularly asked about the grass cutting to be cut. And I made sure that DOT cut it a little bit more than they normally would.
Okay.
I know that their normal process is 2 times a year and that's it for that area.
So you would, well, when you were there before, that's a function of the county that,
Going forward, I would most likely have a discussion with staff. I'll just say that.
okay, all right.
So you come back with some answers to get it. Well, you're probably gonna be, yeah. If you can inquire, Taylor, and find out them answers. So, it goes. Go ahead.
I apologize. If any aldermen have any better ideas, please bring them forward for this. I don't have any right now. I just think we need to come up with some better ones. But if anybody has any better ideas to bring forward to consider, please do. I don't know. I just think needs to be a better solution.
Any more questions? Okay, so we'll go back on.
It'll get brought up again when they come with some new ideas or
When
when
you-
we give some.
I'll inform you when staff have something else.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. I would like a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
All right, it's by Alderman Murphy, second by Alderman Brooks. And it's adjourned. Roll call, please.
Alderman Jackson.
Aye.
Alderman Coleman. Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Allen. Alderman Ray.
Aye.
Alderman Murphy.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Thank you, Taylor.
All right, hey there. I'd like to open the Economic Development Planning and Zoning Committee meeting. Have a roll call, please.
Alderman Jackson.
Present.
Alderman Coleman.
Present.
Alderman Evans.
Here.
Alderman Allen.
Here.
Alderman Ray.
Here.
Alderman Murphy. Alderman Brooks.
Present. We have 4 items. 1, discussion for approval of an ordinance approving certain variations for the property at 1105 Jackson Avenue. 2nd, discussion for approval and authorization of a joint agreement between the County of Lake and the City of North Chicago, fiscal year 2027-29 through 29. Discussion for approval and authorization of Home Investment Partnerships Program Consortium Agreement. And 4, discussion for authorization and approval for professional services agreement with McKenna Associates Planning Group LLC in an amount not to exceed $142,000 for code consulting services. Taylor, thank you.
All right, thank you, Chairman Brooks. First item here is regarding a variation that was applied for by the property owners of 1105 Jackson Avenue. This is a property owned by Acorn Homes. A representative of the ownership group is here in the audience today in case there are any questions. But this went to the Planning and Zoning Commission earlier this month, recommended for approval by that body. The request is for certain variations related to the minimum lot width and lot area for a property with 2 dwelling units. Property has had 2 dwelling units for several decades. City staff review of the records for this property before the current owner purchased it could not locate any permitting for the second dwelling unit. And because it's less than the minimum lot width and lot area, staff recommended the pursuit of a variation. Staff's recommendation is for approval for this property, as everything points to that the construction of these 2 dwelling units had been permitted. However, we cannot locate an original permit document for that property. With the recommendation of staff and the Planning and Zoning Commission, we're available for any questions.
Any questions? Alderman Jackson?
Just so I'm clear, this is basically a cleanup of something that occurred years ago, I'm assuming.
That's staff's take on this situation. All signs point that this type of building was constructed as a two dwelling unit, and that this was not something that was just an illegal dwelling unit over the course of a weekend project or something like this. This was an intentional and very large construction project to convert it into two dwelling units many decades ago, and it has been substantiated that that's maintained that condition for that time period. And so, yes, I would consider this more or less a retroactive or cleanup type of variation situation.
Anyone else? Okay, we can move to the second item, please.
All right. And Chairman, if you don't mind, I'd like to discuss items 2 and 3 together since they are related. They basically, the explanation is the same. Since 2014, the city of North Chicago and the county of Lake have entered into a joint agreement for the administration of community development block grants and home grants. So the county, through that agreement, administers those. I've discussed this at a couple of last meetings as well. The current agreement expires this month, and so both parties, the county and staff, have discussed extending that agreement for an additional 3 fiscal years. So this would cover federal fiscal year 2027, 2028, and 2029. Lake County would continue to administer both of those programs on behalf of city, and City of North Chicago gets the benefit of additional staff capacity because we don't have to administer that program, while those dollars still remain local here in Lake County. I'm happy to take any questions about those.
Questions? Okay, hearing none, we'll go on to number 4.
All right, and I think this is the most exciting item I have to discuss with you this evening. This agenda item is related to the authorization and approval of a professional service agreement with McKenna Associates Planning Group out of Michigan in an amount not to exceed $142,000 for code consulting services. Earlier this year, we put out an RFP requesting proposals from qualified firms to help the city and advise the city in developing a unified development ordinance. This would replace the city's current zoning ordinance and the city's current subdivision ordinance, create a unified code. As we've discussed previously, the city's codes can be traced back to the 1950s. The zoning ordinance itself has been amended over 200 times. And so there's instances where the language is awkward, doesn't necessarily reflect modern best practices in the planning field. And so we would like the help and assistance of a planning firm to come in, advise staff, work with Planning and Zoning Commission, work with other stakeholders to develop a comprehensive set of standards, zoning, and subdivision code regulations to regulate future development here in North Chicago. It's about an 18-month long process, so this is not a quick little Band-Aid or anything like that. And there would be many, many meetings and discussions with multiple stakeholders in the development of this, including the development community and the public. So this won't be something that's just behind closed doors kind of developed by staff. There's a community involvement component there. We received 3 bids or proposals for this item. First one there, $142,000 by McKenna Associates Planning Group, and then 2 others by ZoneCo and Kimley Horn and Associates, which were both close to the $200,000 mark. So staff's recommendation here is to go with McKenna Associates Planning Group out of Michigan. Not only was their proposal significantly lower than the other 2, almost $60,000, but when we checked with the references, we would recommend all 3 firms for moving forward with this. However, there was nothing to indicate that the proposal from McKenna was somehow watered down or anything, that the clients that they had in the past spoke similarly about the return on their dollars that the other 2 firms references did. So staff's recommendation is to go with McKenna Associates Planning Group and move this forward.
Question? Alderman Evans?
So we're gonna pay
this group 142,000 for what again? I just didn't make sure.
Yeah, code development services. So they would first review the existing codes and standards for the city, the zoning ordinance, the subdivision code. They'll use that as kind of a baseline to start from, because you don't want to deviate in dramatic fashions from that. Then they're gonna review it just for organization purposes, modernization, and then also community engagement, get thoughts from the community as to what they would aspire to and like to see in the city's regulations. So,
Yeah, you said they're out of Michigan, right?
correct.
So how are they gonna engage with the community if they're in Michigan?
They have local staff as well, like they deploy them and come out for things like a community event where ask for feedback. There's survey components like that. There's meetings with staff on a monthly basis. Different points of contact where they would both be physically and virtually present here in North Chicago to get feedback.
There was no one here in Illinois that could have done this?
There are a number of planning firms from Illinois. None of the firms that submitted a proposal were headquartered in Illinois. Kimley Horn has an office in Illinois, but they did not provide proposals.
I'm just concerned because it's out of state. We're paying these people 142,000, up to 142,000, and to do something, but they're not even in our city. They're not. Are we paying for their travel to come back and forth? Was this included with it?
And you would be paying travel for even Illinois-based firms, but yes, I'd just like to highlight, I think, most of the work is in actually just reading through documents and the text itself. There are definitely touch points and engagement points early on in the process to get an understanding for the context, feel, and situation that they will be helping staff with. And then additionally, the stakeholders involved who will have a voice throughout the process are local, and they are intended to be involved in that process for exactly that purpose, to make sure that this isn't just somebody from far away that doesn't know what's going on here. That's intentional in the process, for sure.
Thank you. Question, who would be considered the stakeholders for this process?
We haven't created a specific stakeholder list yet, but
Okay, would the Park District be included? Because I know the Park District was not included in the comprehensive plan last time.
was not included.
Correct. Park District wasn't. So, there's a lot of discussion in some of the individuals that are working in this proposal that have specific expertise in parks design. The Park District just spent $100 and something thousand on a comprehensive plan for itself. The Forest Preserve did something similar. We want to make sure that we're aligned with our recreation partners.
The Park District would certainly be informed about the process, yes.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Mr. Chairman,
Alderman Coleman?
can I just request two people in specific? The gentleman right here, Mr. Boogie, and the lady in the back, Mrs. Reggie Christie. If you can send them personal invites so that they can't say they missed the meeting.
Again, this is 18-month-long process. There will be many components where people can engage in the process, but yes, duly noted that you would like them to be kind of earmarked to theirs.
All right.
Understood.
So if you won't get an email, all right.
Alderman Allen?
Yeah. Not paying this right here, but his head is up here. I just want to tell you a question I talked to you a couple days ago about the community gardens on Arrington Way. And people started putting their gardens in already. And we talked about, you said they had stopped, they had told Ms. Ellis they weren't gonna have no gardens this year. So we gotta get something in place here with this because I don't see, I think he might be gone.
Yeah, my
Chief of
apologies,
Staff-
Alderman. I'll have to defer to Chief of Staff. He's
Yeah.
been
Ma'am,
handling that communication.
I'm just saying, they already got the garden started on, just tell what they're doing. They called me, so we got a garden already in. What? So if we're gonna give them 60 days, 90 days, notice, let them know about this, cause could you have a meeting tomorrow, could you find out and then put a sign up there or something, cause they having gardens in there, we already say started. That community garden, Arrington Way, I just thought about it.
Any other questions? Right, hearing none, I would like to get a motion to close the economic planning and development and zoning meeting.
So move. Second.
Wait. Moved by Alderman Jackson, second by Alderman Evans. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Like to open up finance/audit committee meeting, roll call.
Alderman Jackson. Alderman Coleman. Alderman Evans.
Here.
Alderman Allen.
Here.
Alderman Ray. Here. Alderman Murphy. Alderman Brooks.
Present.
Discussion contract renewal with Bottom Broad and Amen LLP for audit service for year 2026 at $72,675 and 2027 at $75,100. We have to want to go over that with us. Thank you.
Good evening, council. I come before you today for our, regarding our annual audit, auditors that we want to choose. We already are currently working with Lauterbach and Amen. This would be their 5th year. And then we also have a 6-year option on here as well, just in case we decided not to go with them the next year. We wanted to go ahead and get it in place for a fiscal year 2026 audit, which we know just ended April 30th of 2026. And we were happy with the services that they provided. And so we wanted to continue the contract with them.
Any questions from any of the aldermen? No questions? Yes, go ahead.
I don't know if this is appropriate time or not, but
Yeah.
I know that the budget has passed. And,
Yes,
I would like to thank you for doing a great job again this year.
thanks, Alderman.
Also thank the Finance Committee, Alderman, Bobby Allen, Alderman Murphy, and Alderman Jackson for once again putting together another terrific budget, and Greg as well. So, as interesting as it was, so thank you guys.
Thank you. Alderman Coleman,
Yes, it was very interesting. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Alderman.
Yes, we support you 100%.
Thank you, I appreciate
All
it.
right, there we go.
There we go.
Loud and proud. Loud and proud. Yeah.
Could I get a motion in a second?
Question.
Okay.
When, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask it, even though it's not related,
It's
well, I
okay.
guess it would be related to our financial part of things.
Okay.
Since the, vote was taken and obviously approved on the $11,000 increase or
Yes.
the $2,000 increase, obviously the spending amount on the credit cards, does that now go up? And does that mean the aldermen have to have the credit cards changed, or do they remain the same, and how does that? going to be handled?
They will remain the same. When we originally started the credit cards for the aldermen, we put them at 9,000. The thought is most aldermen are not going to spend $11,000 at one time. I would hope not. So I don't think that there would be a reason for us to increase the amounts unless it's requested.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because I know we didn't address it under the financial, when obviously from the budget side, since we're talking finance, I might as well
Yes.
get the understanding of what's proper and decent.
Yes.
And you're right, most of us don't spend that type of money, so.
Yeah. And so what the balance still stays the same. Again, you still have access to all the money that you normally would spend in a month. So, I mean, if there was an issue where if you're spending the whole 11,000, then just let us know prior to spending it.
Okay.
Can I get reimbursed?
Chairman?
Any more questions?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ready? Our credit rating.
Yes.
How does that work? Is it like, how does that work as far as like city credit ratings? Is it like A, B, C, D ratings? How does that work?
Currently, we're sitting at a triple B. Is
Yeah,
it?
we're
Yeah,
triple B.
that was done in 2008.
2018.
Yeah, 2018, we got a downgrade. We've been working steadily to try to get it back up. We have not went out for bonds yet, so we haven't been rated again since then. When we go, we want to be strong in our, having all the components that they allowed us to, I'm sorry, that they informed us that we needed to fix. We want to make sure that they're all fixed before we go out for bonds. And then at that time, that's when we would get rated again.
So,
Okay, go ahead, Treasurer.
I just wanted to add clarity. So Alderman Coleman, it doesn't work like a traditional like credit score where it just gets updated. You have to actually go out and get rated and you have to pay for that. So
Yeah.
if you want to pay for it, then you get rated tomorrow, but that's up to you guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I wouldn't suggest that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's up to you.
I mean, triple B's on good fee. I mean, I'm not quite sure what triple.
Yeah, we want to make sure that when we pay for the service, that we are ready and that we're confident and we're going to get everything that we would be able to increase the score before going out. But then just FYI, the credit cards have no effect on that. To some degree.
So we won't be, I hope we're not planning on doing something with that. But anyway, can I get a motion to close the finance/audit committee meeting? Moved by Alderman Brooks, second by Alderman Evans. All in favor saying aye? Aye. Ayes have it. We can put it on for Laura for next 2 weeks for that.
Yep.
Okay, building license. I got a motion to open up the building license committee meeting. Roll call.
Alderman Jackson. Alderman Coleman. Alderman Evans.
Here.
Alderman Allen.
Here.
Alderman Ray. Alderman Murphy. Alderman Brooks.
Present.
We have one item on the agenda for discussion of authorizing a safe place wearing orange against gun violence events on the corner of North Sheridan Road and 18th Street. I see who's, so they wanted, we don't have to vote on anything, somebody wants to do that. Anybody see any questions about that? Everybody seen the, it's on the, 6/5. They event 6/5/2026. From 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Alderman.
Somebody named Patricia Theodore. Go ahead.
I know last time they did it, I think they cleaned up after themselves, and if they didn't clean up after themselves, it's like $50 or something like that on a permit.
I don't see that.
I think.
They got insurance, but I don't see what it said. They're gonna charge you. I don't see it on there.
Ms. Joyner. Tawanda.
I apologize. I didn't hear the question.
No, that's fine. When they have this event on 18th Street last year, a couple years ago, they had made a mess. So after that, we had to put in place, like if you didn't clean up, we would charge you $50 or whatever the cleanup fee was, that we would have our service guys go out there.
This is on city property?
Yeah, this is on the corner of Sheridan Road and 18th Street.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so generally what happens is that the person that's renting that property out, they would fill out an application for city services. And then on that application, we will let them know what the charges would be for cleanup and things like that.
Right now, it doesn't say admission, attendance cost free, but it don't say about no charge or cleanup on here. I'm just.
There's
That's a good
no
question.
cleanup.
There's no charge for cleanup?
It's no, it's that number.
This is just a special event
Yeah.
application. The other part is on the back end, so it's not gonna be what they have here.
Oh,
We're orange against.
It says safe place. It's safe place.
okay. I'm not really familiar with the application. So are they requesting for city services or they're just using the city lot? I didn't realize that was on our property that they're utilizing.
Okay, there's two
Is it?
things, okay, clarification first.
Yes.
There's an event that they host on the corner of 18th and Sherman Road
Yes.
on that vacant lot.
Right.
Where
Okay.
they have kids, they have orange on, they have
Mhm.
hot dogs, they have
Mhm.
potato chips,
Mhm.
pop, stuff like that.
Yes.
And about 3 years ago, they left all that stuff there. That's actually my ward, out on
Right.
Sherman Road. And we had to have that cleaned up. So the following year, we implemented, if someone uses our public works or if they needed our police
Right, police or
department,
everything. So yeah, we have an application for that, but I don't know necessarily, is that what this is?
That might be an issue as far as this is private property. So, I mean,
so is this at the safe place or across? the
Right, that's
street?
not, I guess I'm trying to, is it on the city lot or is it private property?
It's across the street in the lot, a vacant lot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
No,
that's-
I know, no, but I'm just trying to confirm if the city actually owns it.
Yes. Yes.
We
We
do?
own that corner lot. That's the lot that the businesses wanted to pave. and
I don't know right offhand. That would be something I have to look up to make sure that it's a property that we actually own. But if it's private property and they're not cleaning up, then generally what would happen is that if the city needed to clean it up, then we would invoice whoever requested the event. That's generally what would happen for whatever the cost is for the city to have someone pick it up, clean it up. Or if it's our guys, then it's the hourly rate that we charge our guys to clean it up. So it depends on if it's on city lot or not. If it's not on city lot and it's their own, like I said, if it's their own private property, then at that time, if they didn't clean up and the city had to have someone go out and clean up for them, then we would charge them the fees.
And there was a deposit that we had them put down. And that's.
Right, see, I don't believe that form was filled out. I don't believe that was filled out. I think this is our general special event form that we normally have, that when people are going to have events where they generally are responsible for cleanup and security and everything on their own.
I know the public works chair, so I'll take care of it, but I was just making sure.
Please
on
don't
that
take
little
care of it because we don't want to provide services for free. So
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, no, that's the only thing, just on that little corner lot, any
Okay.
event that goes on there.
Okay, so we'll confirm to make sure to see if there's another application we need him to fill out, then we will have him fill it out.
Thank you. Any more questions on? Go ahead. Alderman Brooks.
Not any questions, just to say, me and Alderman Ray went to the event last year. And, it was a really nice event. A lot of kids out there, a lot of kids that I know from school, out there playing. They did a really good event, gave us a tour of their facility. But, Miss Theodore is doing a really nice thing out there. She's even provided families with relief who've been hit with gun violence in the city, which is a very great thing. They pull it out of their funds and help with different little things. So it's a really good program, and they, just help with gun violence. But over the safe to say is that it's a really fun event. If you're available, come out. It's really nice.
Thank you. Any more questions on that? Statements? Okay, can I get a motion to close the Building License Committee meeting?
So moved.
Move by Alderman. Second by Alderman Brooks. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
That's it.
I would like to review and discuss Lewis Avenue Detention Basin Phase 2 work order from Trotter and Associates as a construction.
You gotta open.
Sorry,
You open the committee meeting?
I went too fast, huh?
You ready to leave?
I'm sure somebody gonna tell me. Okay.
Alderman
like to open
Jackson.
the public
Oh,
works.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Alderman Jackson, Alderman Coleman, Alderman Evans,
Here.
Alderman Allen.
Here.
Alderman Ray. Here. Alderman Murphy. Present. Alderman Brooks.
Present.
At this time, I like to, we have one item on the agenda, review and discuss Lewis Avenue Detention Basin Phase 2 work order from Trotter and Associates Incorporation for construction engineering services in the amount not to exceed $389,697. Yeah, Steve.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Earlier tonight, you guys, the council voted to award the Lewis Avenue Detention Basin Project to Campanella and Sons. Attached is our work order to provide the construction-related services for that project. That includes being on site while the construction is going on to verify the contractor's progress, quality of his work. It's also the grant requirements also contain a lot of requirements relating to the materials supplied. You have what, it has to be, the steel has to be all American made steel. Throughout the whole entire project, from everything the rebar to that's used throughout the project and the curb lines and so forth, to actually even the reinforcing steel that's used in the concrete pipe that we're going to be installing. All that stuff has to meet the current grant requirements. So we're going to be doing that as well. As we anticipate the contractor is going to have 2 different crews working on site. One crew is going to be installing the storm sewer on Broadway. And at the same time, another crew is going to be up working on the storm sewer segment going up 20th Street and then down all the finger streets over there. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Any question? Okay, well, thank you, Steve. Okay, at this time, I'd like to close the Public Works Committee. Moved by Alderman Allen,
Second.
second by Alderman Ray. Roll call.
Alderman Jackson.
Aye.
Alderman Coleman. Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Ray.
Aye.
Alderman Murphy.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to open up the Public Safety Committee meeting. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Jackson.
Present.
Alderman Coleman. Alderman Evans.
Here.
Alderman Allen.
Here.
Alderman Ray.
Here.
Alderman Murphy.
Present.
Alderman Brooks.
Present.
At this time, we have one item. It's for discussion to request approval of additional funds towards lease for the substation. Presentation be given by Chief of Staff Jackson.
I just been asked to stand in, Alderman Jackson, I believe you have the information. The police substation at 901 10th Street has asked for an increase in rent. That's being presented to the council. Just to make the council aware, myself, Mayor Rockingham, Chief Perez, are meeting with Mayor Cunningham, Chief Navarro, and the Chief of Staff in Waukegan to look and see where their true investment is in assisting with the protection and crime prevention on 10th Street. We continue to provide resources on 10th Street, doing an exceptional job with the resources we have. When we went into this about a year ago, the agreement was that the state's attorney, as well as the Waukegan Police Department, would provide joint support on that. We're not seeing as much from the Waukegan Police Department as we would like to. Lake County Sheriff's Department, or Lake County State's Attorney's Office has recently awarded the city a grant that we talked about a couple weeks back for funds to offset some of the expense of the rent over on 10th Street. That's only a 6-month grant, and it's our hope by the end of that 6 months to determine the effectiveness and efficiency of staying on 10th Street in that substation. So we hope our discussions bear some more fruit, but we'd like to pass that on to City Council for approval in 2 weeks.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's doubling the rent almost right now, right? Because it was 700. Now
Yeah.
doubling the rent.
And we looked at we looked at another property at 701 on 10th Street,
Right.
which we thought would serve us even a little bit better because it's got an enclosed back parking area.
Right.
And that person came in higher than this person, doubling the rent. They came in at $3,500 at 901
Sounds like you.
or 701.
Make sure you walk Keegan and get state's attorney office involved, because they said they were gonna work with us.
That's where our concern is. Yep.
Because they're not gonna help us, then we have to figure out what is this costing us and what
if it's the right thing to be there or not.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Chairman.
Since this is actually in your ward, and I would like to hear your thoughts.
I'm okay with it because it needs to be done. But we need to finish this process up and then see what happens down the road.
So you think we need that station there, add the funds?
It's a benefit.
Okay.
I
All right.
feel it's true benefit.
Question. Is that station open all the time? How often is it open?
It's not open all the time, but to be honest with you, we do use, it serves two purposes. One, it serves as a community outreach center. The council has approved us having a social worker, hiring a social worker. We're gonna have that social worker working out of there. Police do operate from there, where we were talking about this summer, they launching their bike patrols out of there.
Have their bikes. It's been some years since they had their bikes.
I'm
Now, here's another
trying to
question.
get it going.
Right. Here's another question. They doubling their rent, right? So don't nobody have a problem with them doubling their rent? I mean, I have not heard, not one person, except for one, to say, well, wait a minute, they doubling their rent. We don't even use that building.
That's why I had them looking at other areas. That's why I wanted to know if Waukegan was gonna be involved with this. Because it doesn't, and the mayor, and that's what the mayor said, get a meeting with Mayor Cunningham, because it doesn't make sense for us to do this alone. We believe that the purpose of that substation, and if it's active, can do things to mitigate the issues on there. The problem is, we can't go do it alone, and when we received commitments from other agencies, we expected them to fulfill those commitments. This lease isn't endless, it's not long-term. If we decide that the benchmarks aren't being met, we're not getting support from other agencies, we'd come back to the council and present a decommissioning of that location and leaving.
And the reason I say this, that they're not doing much there, is because we just had to cite a business over there, just a block down from there, from being a nuisance.
Mhm.
And then we got a substation sitting there, so.
Part of the reason we nabbed them as a nuisance over there on that one you're talking about is because our police did walk in there. So that was a positive of the activity. I don't know how often other aldermen frequent that 10th Street other than Alderman Jackson, because it's his ward. I'm sure people go through it all the time. There is an active police presence from our side of the house on 10th Street. I mean, we are actively engaged out there. Problem we have is the bad guys just run across the street to the Waukegan side.
That's what they do.
They go around a corner and go into a house, and then we have to turn around, circle back and wait for them to come back because, so. I don't envy law enforcement and the frustration they must experience doing this because they're working hard over there. So, but we're making a strong look at that.
So is the amount negotiable?
Yeah, no.
I mean,
We went back. I was not kind in my negotiations.
double just seems like.
Yeah, I wasn't kind in my negotiations. That's why I asked the police department to look at other properties over there.
I think double is,
No, it's crazy.
I think it's a lot.
It's either double for the simple fact they want you out, or it's double because they want to make you kill.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I mean, I can see the benefits of having it there on our part, but if Waukegan's not doing their part, then we got some problems.
Yeah, and the mayor, myself, and our law enforcement team sat down and met, and we have some genuine concerns about the support we're getting on 10th Street, especially when we're trying to clean that up. So.
It's important.
I had a question.
I'd have to defer to Tawanda. I know we started with the federal asset forfeiture funds, and that's where,
So we're still using that, the asset forfeiture funds, but then the offsetting of that, is the state's
state seizure.
attorney. The state's, no, I thought the state's attorney was giving us money, a portion
We've
of
got
it as well.
We've got part of it coming from the state's attorney, we got
Mhm.
federal forfeiture, and then the next back was state seizure. Is it state seizure? It's asset forfeiture and Lake County State's attorney.
There's nothing coming from general.
Yeah, there's nothing coming out of general. Correct. Yep.
Anyone else?
Before we
go ahead, Madam.
close, I just want to clarify, I went in there just really quick, nothing to do with what we're talking about. You guys have any more questions that, I just want to clarify for the application. So it's at 1801 North Sheridan Road. It's the address that they put down. The city does not own that property. So that would be their own private property that they're having it on. It's not our property.
1801 is.
The city owns 1800 North. Yeah, the city,
1801 is about.
right, and the city owns 1800, not 1801.
So they're doing their event behind the.
Yeah, yeah, they have it 1801 that they're doing it at that address. Yeah,
So we do section on that, that's 1800.
correct. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I just want to get the application to clarify. Sorry about that.
All right, is there anyone else for Public Safety Committee? If not, I need a motion to adjourn the Public Safety Committee. Moved by Alderman Allen, second by Alderman Brooks to adjourn Public Safety Committee meeting. All in favor signify by using the sign of aye. Those opposed, sign of nay. Motion carried. Thank you. The Public Safety Committee meeting is adjourned.
All right.